Laumer. She's a primatologist at the Max Planck Institute of Animal Behavior. She authored the study. Good to have you on, well, I should call you Dr. Laumer. Nice to have you on.
Thank you very much.
All right, so you spent 75 hours watching orangutans, chimpanzees, bonobos, and gorillas interact. So are you telling me they kind of joke with each other? How does that work?
Yeah, so we found playful teasing in all the 4 great ape species. And yeah, playful teasing in great apes is a very provocative behavior. It's intentional, so it's directed usually to one specific individual. And it's also a very asymmetric behavior. So that means that it's one-sided, coming mostly from the teaser, often throughout the entire interaction. And yeah, it has varying proportions of playful and aggressive elements. Yeah, and it's very similar to human infant teasing. So what you can see in the videos is that apes actually do show response looking. So they actually look at the target after they did their teasing action. So they are interested in the reaction of the other and probably also adapt their behaviors accordingly.
So as you said, a lot of the joking is between babies and their parents, which, as a father of 3, I know I do as well. You know, I mean, little kids with their parents. And I wonder, can we draw a direct line between that? Is that kind of why we do it today?
So first of all, I have to say, at least in these 4 groups that we observed, the juveniles were not usually teasing their parent. They were actually teasing other adults.
Interesting.
Yes, and yeah, what was very similar to human infant teasing is also that they showed a lot of repetition and elaboration of behaviors, especially when the target was not or just minimally reacting. So then they would repeat their behavior and also show other actions. And yeah.
So let me ask you this: like, we see animals play, right? I mean, it's kind of like a classic thing. You see dogs play with their puppies, or puppies play with with each other, and a whole bunch of species. You see that. Like, is there a difference between play and teasing? Like, how does that work?
Yeah, so in the playful teasing in apes, we see low rates of play signals, such as the primate play face, which is similar to a human smile. Also, it's highly asymmetrical behavior, so it's very much one-sided, whereas play is more reciprocal, so it's from both sides usually. And what is also interesting, so there's a motor training hypothesis which says that juveniles are supposed to play primarily with individuals that match them in body size and also social skills. But in our sample, at least, it was that the teasing occurred between individuals with very different body sizes and also social status, because it was mostly from juveniles towards adults. We also had a few examples also when adults were teasing juveniles and also adults, but it was mostly coming from the juveniles towards the adults.
My next question was going to be, do they smile when they do it? But you said, so there's kind of there's a playful face, which is kind of like a form of a smile. Is it actually a smile, or is it sort of like an early version of a smile?
Yeah, you could say it's an early version of a smile. It's the play face, where the upper lip is usually quite relaxed. You sometimes see also the teeth a bit, but in our sample, at least, they showed low rates of play signals. So the play face was not so often visible.
So, I mean, of course, before I let you go, it's well known that great apes, chimpanzees, gorillas, orangutans, they're all endangered species today with a high risk of extinction, maybe even within our lifetimes. What is the significance of that, and how can we better protect? I mean, I kind of feel like when you see studies like this, people are like, wow, I mean, these are not just animals, right, in the wild. I mean, they're very much our cousins, and they have a lot of behaviors that make it clear that they're our cousins.
Yeah. I mean, they are the most closely related animal to us, and they share many cognitive abilities that we humans have. And playful teasing is one of them. And yeah, I mean, it's important to support organizations that help directly where the animals are living. The climate change. There are so many things that are threatening the great apes, and yeah, it's yeah, for me as a scientist, it's always very important to also not only look at the behaviors, at the amazing cognitive abilities, but also kind of raise awareness about their threatened status in the wild. And yeah, it would be so sad that if they would vanish from this world. So yeah.
It'd be a tragedy. Well, fascinating story, fun to hear, kind of makes you smile. Dr. Isabelle Laumer, thanks so much.
Thank you.
And thanks so much.